Okay, hello traders and welcome to our market update video. It's Stu Napan here, founder of Master the Markets Elite Trades Conference and the Traders Open Day. So here we are already on the first week of February. Can you believe it? It's already the second month of the year. Right, so let's get going. So I just would like to go through a topic for today, and then after that we'll look through the markets and then we'll go through our performance so far for this week. Right, so let's see. The topic for today, what I wanted to go through with you guys was basically on overcoming fear. Okay, we all know that is a big thing in trading, and not only in trading, but I think in anything in life, isn't it not, traders? So, overcoming fear. So, the first thing I would say is we have to define what fear is. What is fear? One definition of fear, if you extrapolate the abbreviation of fear, it is mentioned that it's actually false expectations appearing real. Okay, so false expectations appearing real. Now, you may say, okay, what? Okay, that makes sense to you. It's false. It's not materialized yet. And why is it false expectations and where is it arising from? These false expectations can only arise from either the past or the future. Okay, so let's put this into trading context. So whenever you want to take a trade, so for example, you see you want to write this move over here, but of course you can't see all of this yet. And when you want to take this trade on, and then you're just thinking to yourself, hey, in the past I've got 5 losses. How about this one here? If it also goes into another loss as well, how am I going to take it? I mean, do I want to add on to my losses? Is this a right trade? All kinds of things get clouded, isn't it? Because of the past, of the losses you took. Then also a fear of the future. Okay, that's the false expectation coming real. So you start to think about the future and then you start to say, oh, will this trade really run? Can this trade really override my losses and bring it to positive equity curve? Or is it going to just build on my losses? So most of your fear, traders, will come from this false expectation of the past, okay, of the losses of the past, or from the future, whether it's going to win or not. Okay, so that is what is fear and where it arises from. Now, why is it important to overcome fear, right? Because you see, two things what happens is when you have to overcome fear, and the reason for the importance of overcoming fear is that one, we have to overcome fear so that we do not miss on the good runners. Okay, don't miss trades that are the big profits. Okay, I'll show you some examples later on and make more sense. It's happening in real time in our live trading room as well. So one is we do not want to miss on the big running profits. Another thing is that when the fear comes, we also can't hold on to winning trades as well. So for example, if you had a signal to go long, it goes up, and then finally you get one red bar here. Fear starts to kick in because of your past losses. You don't want to give up these profits that you've so far made, which is unrealized profits, not yours yet. And also, the future, whether can it really run, can it go forward or not. So these are the two things why it's necessary to overcome fear, so that you do not miss good trades going forward, and also so that you can hold on to the winning trades as well. Right. Then the last part is, of course, which is what all of you are asking is, okay, this is all good to know what and why we need to overcome fear, but how do we overcome it, Tiru? Come on, give us the solution, right? You've stated the problem really well. Right, so the how is through a multifaceted way. The short answer for that is what we teach at Traders Basecamp package as well, is through an integrated personality. Okay, the how to overcome fear is through an integrated personality. What do I mean by that? One, First, your emotions need to be stabilized. Okay, to stabilize your emotions of fear or greed or whatsoever it may be, of course, a lot of different techniques have been proposed, but one of the ones that a lot of traders use is the breathing technique, where you take a deep breath in and out, and you do that about 3-4 times, sit in silence before you start the day for your trading. And so therefore your emotions can then be stabilized, and also connect your emotions to the higher purpose for what you're always trading for. So all this we go in much more detail in our Traders Basecamp package as well. And the other part of your integrated personality, traders, is your intellectual personality. Okay, your intellectual personality must always know of your statistical probability of winning for each trade. Always think in terms of probabilities. Okay, why the past? Even though the past I might have losses, but it hasn't hit my maximum drawdown yet, and for the future it can still pull it to positive equity curve, and usually after this many losses the big profitable runs comes. This is what the market is doing. From compression is turning into trend. All this you must know. The knowledge must be strong. Okay, so knowledge and emotions must then be aligned, then to execute without any conflict between those personalities. So that's why we are saying integrated personality. And another thing that really helps towards integrating this personality is your physical body health. So that's why it's always recommended, as for traders, it's always good to do regular exercise from time to time. Keep your mind in awareness, keep your mind sharp, because as Ray Dalio has said, and many other traders have said, winning the markets is even more difficult than winning in the Olympics. It's a long stamina game, so we got to look after ourselves and keep ourselves aware and sharp. Okay, right. I guess that's on today's topic. So a quick recap. So what did we go through so far? So we went through the what is fear, and we saw that it's false expectations appearing real, coming from the past or for the future. Why we need to overcome it so that we do not miss good trades and we can hold on to the winning trades. And how do we overcome it? Through an integrated personality of the emotional, the intellectual, and the physical personality. So much more, and we go through in Traders Basecamp package, and we wish to see some of you there who are looking forward to developing and forwarding your trading journey. Okay, especially during these exciting times where there are great opportunities ahead. All right. And of course, those of you who want to find out more about Traders Basecamp package or intermediate stuff, there's a few links at the below of this video, so look at them and also expand your knowledge. Okay, great. So now we go on to our market update. Let's take a look at what the markets have been doing. So on cables so far, what we have is a lot of consolidation here, isn't it, traders? Yeah, so we got a bottom to top move still. It's persisting. The bottom is still holding, but so much of consolidation here. It's struggling to move up. Finally, we got an outsider bar here, and that was basically based on the Bank of England rates as of yesterday. There was some fear that it might go to negative interest rates, where we will start to pay money for the money that we keep inside the bank. Okay, it's crazy, right? Never has that happened. I mean, probably that happened a very long time ago, but can you imagine? I mean, paying for money, paying for your own money that you keep inside the bank, right? Negative interest rates, that's what it means. So, but however, they say that that's probably unlikely, and then it shot up again. So it went down first and then it shot up, and that's your insider bar over there. Today it's going up a bit, but still a bit of weakness because the fear and the uncertainty is there. Okay, so in situations like this, just wait, just hold back, wait for certainty to come back, or wait for a clear direction from the market, and also keep your trade management a bit strong. All right. In any case, in terms of open equity, I would still say that upside is a bit tough. So looking to short the cable. So in terms of looking to short the cable, we will be looking for more open equity to the downside. Okay. Right. Next one, euro dollar. It's to the downtrend, but open equity is diminishing to the downside. So I would say maybe stop loss is a bit more tighter to catch the long run. Dollar Swiss, very strong run here. We are riding this actually in the live trading room. This is a perfect example of what we talked about today, overcoming fear. You can see that we took a bottom to top and a top to bottom move. We had a few losses here, 0.06, 0.047, 0.54, as you can see, 0.50 here winning. Overall, it was negative. Um, about 0.67 or something like that, and now we got a big runner here of about 3-4% over here. Okay, so that's what we are having there. This is what I mean. Just ride your system as according to the plan, but you must know your drawdowns and you must know the profit runs as well. Dollar yen, again another trade that we are riding on the live trading room, but again after quite a few losses over here before that. But of course we persist through, we take it as according to our plan, and we understand that the integrated personality is what helps us win in the long run. So for example, even if you see on dollar Swiss, we took a very small risk over here of 35 pips, and so far we had an unrealized profit of about 4%. Okay, and dollar yen, you can see over here 57 pips, and so far we are up about 3% up. So altogether, overall, 3 plus 4, 7% unrealized profit. Still, the money is not ours. Always do remember that, and how to trail your stops and everything. So 7% up unrealized. That will just override all the small losses that we had so far. That's the conviction that you need, and that can only be achieved through integrated personality. Dollar yen, as I said, open equity is diminishing to the upside, so we'll be trailing our stop loss tight. But we'll let the market decide when it wants to kick us out. But you can see it's still persisting through and it's still very strong. No first interruptions yet. Aussie dollar, on the other hand, open equity still exists a little bit more to the downside. We still had a bit of interruption. It's come back down again, and then it's looking to find its direction. We're outside the bar today. I would say if it takes out this level and this low today, more open equity to the downside before we start to be cautious of it turning. Euro yen, on the other hand, on the daily time frame is what we're looking at. All of these markets is a downtrend, but however, we are seeing quite a bit of a run over here. I would still say open equity a little bit more to the downside before it comes further down. So I would look to see if we can look at some opportunities to short this particular move later on. So dollar Sing, which I got over here as well, uptrend. Over here, the Sing dollar is reducing, it's losing its weakness. Dollar is strengthening against the Singapore dollar over here. Open equity, I would still say to the upside, and before it starts to form a primary onto the downside. The GBP yen still quite strong. Strong move to the upside. Open equity is diminishing to the upside. I would say trail your stop losses a bit more tighter over there, as it just went past the stop taking process and then it came back strong again. Coffee, on the other hand, you can see that open equity, I would still say to a little bit more to the downside, but it's struggling to the downside over here. So if we do see some strength coming back up after the primary is formed, that's how I would take that to the move up. Aussie dollar on the weekly, we won't be looking at the weekly, we'll just look at the daily so far. Dow Jones still persisting through, still an uptrend as you can see, and strong upward move over here as we can see over there. Open equity still to the upside. We just got the confirmation bar just over here. Right, and then we got silver. Uptrend, it went up to $30 over here, but then taking a sharp a decline over there. Still uptrend at the moment, and therefore where is the open equity as of now? Let's see if it does confirm to the downside. I will still say a little bit more to the downside before it turns up again for bigger runs. Next, gold is what we have. And gold, on the other hand, traders, what we have is a bit of to the downside, 1801. I will still say open equity to the downside, but just be cautious a bit because of this big distribution bar. Okay, so trail your stops a bit more tighter, but still give a bit more leeway if you're on these trades. All right, so that's all from me in terms of the market update, in terms of the overall market that we are looking at. Now, in terms of our performance, so let's take a look. Here we got our elite room over here, and we got our cash in 4.0. Let me just bring up this summary that I've done so far. So on the elite room so far, we got the primary runners 70% and cash in 4.0 70%. So the first two strategies we were flat, and then on the 70% we had 0.50% up, 0.11% up. So total we are up 0.61%. Live trading room, on the other hand, flat on all these strategies except for the 1 day exit. We had a 0.76% upward push. So on the live trading room, we had a 0.76% up run. And then finally, across both the trading rooms, elite room we had 0.61 and live trading room at 0.76. 1.37% up so far. Okay, this is not including the unrealized profits that we have running over 7% at the moment. So we will look at that, how it closes out when they close out into next week as well, probably when Jay presents. All right, guys, that's pretty much me from the trading desk over here at Master the Markets. And as we always say, till the next time, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master.